So, you want to own a rental property? My name is Garrett Wong, owner of Upper Edge Property Management. Today, we're going to be talking about BRRRRs. And no, it's not cold in here. Sorry, that's a really bad dad joke. I've recorded some episodes regarding renovations and why it's better for an investor to renovate and reap the rewards. What I'm really referring to here is the BRRRR method, which stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. BRRRR. The idea is to find and purchase a property at a low price, renovate it into a desirable rental property, and quickly refinance it and then move on to another purchase. We've already discussed best ways to purchase a property, so that's the buy portion done. And we've touched on the first R, the rehab portion, particularly in the last episode where we discussed best ways to estimate renovation costs. And I'll be covering tons of good content on renting and property management in future episodes. So that'll take care of the rent portion, and then it's just refinance the property and repeat. What should you get from the property when you refinance? Let's start with a practical example. Let's say you purchase property for $200,000, but your research says it should be worth $280,000 if renovated. You get a mortgage from the bank at 20% down or $40,000. You go through with your spreadsheet and estimate it will take about $24,000 in repairs to get it rentable for a new tenant. You take the $24,000 from your line of credit, you get quotes and pay your contractors to perform the work. You show the property to prospective renters, you get a lease in hand for $1,550 per month. The reason you need to have it rented out before you refinance is twofold. Number one, you need to make sure your holding costs are covered. And number two, most financial institutions require the property to be rented before they'll consider it a good investment, and therefore they're going to ask for the current lease. You then contact your current bank and then you ask them to refinance the property afterwards. They'll send an appraiser to the property, and for this example, let's say your estimates were exactly on point and the appraisal came in at $280,000. You purchase the property for $200,000 at 20% down, so you have a mortgage of $160,000. The bank values the property at $280,000 and refinances you 80% based on the $280,000, which is $224,000. Okay, you with me so far? They pay out the original loan of $160,000, which leaves you with $64,000, which is the difference between the $224,000 and the $160,000. Okay, now here's where the real magic happens. With the $64,000, you take $24,000 and pay off your line of credit, and you're left with $40,000, which is exactly your original down payment. So now we move on to the repeat portion of the BRRRR model. You find another property for $200,000, you use your credit line again for your renovations, and repeat, repeat, repeat. See you next week.